The movie begins with a flashback of how it all started from day one as one of the main characters, or should I say ex-main character, picks out some groceries.
Raj?
I'm assuming they're close, but not gonna lie, that guy looks pretty drugged up. He's like, huh? What? I don't know what's going on. That toy sure brings back some good memories. So yeah, anyway, turns out some big accident has occurred on the news as Lee brushes it off and leaves the store without paying. He's like, hey, I got these for free. And she's like, I knew you were broke. At a setting of a baseball game, my man tries to cut some oranges. Hey yo, his daughter's a savage. Imagine sleeping at night knowing you just got roasted in sign language. As the kid warms up for some baseball, his mother gives him some advice. She's like, just breathe, sweetie. And he's like, well, yeah, duh, of course I'm gonna breathe. Like, what, you thought I'd be like, oh, I forgot to breathe today, and that's why we couldn't win. A strange object descends towards the earth, so the baseball game stops as people leave the game in a state of shock.
All right, everybody in, let's go.
That's a subtle way of saying I prefer dad over you because dad is my favorite parent.
Just let me call him back.
Side character who is a friend of Lee that will later help out in the movie.
Ronnie, what we got? We got units headed out there now.
Talk about being popular from the shop owner to the police officer. Does this guy know everybody in town? Lee is just like, nope, and doesn't even look back to see if his friend is okay. The plot is easy to follow. The monsters are blind and are very sensitive to hearing, so whatever noise you make, you will die. The daughter nearly runs to her death but is saved by the father. Why do I find this funny?
Hey, baby.
Yo, this kid is so chill in this situation. He's like, so we getting ice cream or not? It's still day one, so how would you already know the alien is super sensitive to sound? Wouldn't the normal reaction be like chaotic screaming of what's going on and trying to find the police?
Mom?
Why would you smile in this situation? That's so creepy. I know she's trying to be nice, but if it's a life or death situation, there's no way you should smile if everyone else is panicking. Lee and his daughter manages to escape and finds the rest of the family. And that's the end of the flashback. Back to the present, Lee's home is now destroyed as his family sets off to find other survivors. The director of this film seems to really like feet. Entering a fenced-off area, the mother sets off a sound alarm.
Oh my goodness, it hurts so bad. Oh my.
Turns out the daughter was able to find out their weakness through high-frequency audio. This is the most unrealistic part of the movie because it took the police officer at least 3 times to try to kill the monster, but he couldn't, and it takes her 1 shot. So unless the mother's like an ex-military servant or like an army veteran, like this doesn't make sense. The family finds Lee's friend who helps them escape. Turns out Lee's friend Emmett has given up all hope in humanity and tells the family to leave, and that they cannot stay.
They're not the kind of people worth saving.
Emmett, who recently lost his family, is convinced the people that are left are not worth saving, whereas Lee's daughter Reagan, who wants to find other survivors and use high-frequency noise to broadcast it to other survivors and weaponize the signal. Reagan leaves in secret to find other survivors.
I'm begging you, we were friends, Emmett, please. So please go find her.
I feel bad for Emmett. He's probably like, I just saved these guys and now I gotta risk my life again? Damn! Reagan finds a train and the director says, hey, more feet footage. Jump scare? I mean, hey, at least it can't get any worse, right? Yo, her face be like, oh my gosh, I just regret all my life decisions. The monster's like, I'm alive, but I'm dead. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's stuck. Help. Emmett saves Reagan and he's like, I don't know why you did that, but we going home. And she's like, huh? I'm deaf. And he's like, huh? What'd you say? I'm deaf, baby. I can't hear. You can't hear me? Damn. Meanwhile, back at the crib, I don't know, bro. The mother seems pretty happy for somebody who lost their daughter. Because if my daughter went missing, I know I wouldn't be smiling. She'd be like, even if my daughter missing, I still have you. The train incident is realistic in a sense that it teaches us that Reagan on her own can't last a day. Reagan loses her hearing aids, but we get this beautiful cinematic shot of how it would feel like to be hearing impaired. Emmett eventually agrees to helping Reagan by finding a boat to go to the island. The mother gets more oxygen gas for the baby. In the process of finding a boat, Emmett tries to save a little girl. Gets ambushed. Meanwhile, Marcus finds Emmett's wife's dead corpse. And because of the noise that he made, it attracts some monsters. Marcus takes the baby but forgets to lock the door properly and thus locks himself in. Mama comes to the rescue. Emmett and Reagan counters the ambush by using the monsters to their favor. Marcus runs out of oxygen due to the airtight compartment, then looks at the baby and goes, listen baby, I'm pro-choice. The mama plays a game of hide and seek with her new bestie and rescues the kids.
Marcus, wake up.
I'm alive, but I'm dead. Turns out the monsters can't swim, so this one decides to kill himself. This one decides to use his brain and floats away on the boat. Emmett and Reagan is able to survive the ambush and uses the boat to find the island. And bang, paradise. Turns out this island is safe from all monsters as the survivors in the island enjoy freedom and welcomes Emmett and Reagan with open arms.
He said he'll do it. Yes. He said yes.
The other survivors agree to Reagan's plan to use the hearing aid high frequency through the radio station to help the survivors. And just when everything started to feel so peaceful, the same monster that got on the boat is now on the island. Wait a minute, is that kid just not gonna move? Yo, look at his face. He's like, man, I don't even care anymore. Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Did my mans just tell the monster to get out? Like, the monster's just gonna say, oh, he said get out, so I'm gonna get out now. What the? It actually worked. Psych.
Where is it? We're going too fast. What if we lost it? Listen to me. I have to get back to my family.
They arrive at the radio station. Back at the crib, the mother and son is just chilling until Bestie wants to play hide and seek again. At the radio station, the director continues to show his love for feet. Because of the noise made by the door, Emmett takes Reagan's place by serving as bait.
Hiya.
Meanwhile, the monster finds the mother and son and attacks them viciously.
Ah.
Reagan fulfills the plan by broadcasting the weapon, which her brother is also able to use to beat the monster. And Emmett's like, nice. Before the movie ends, I do want to show you a creepy scene. Yo, who wakes somebody up like that, bro? I don't care if you're my cousin, sister, grandma, donkey. Listen, you wake me up like that, I'ma wake up Chris Breezy. Overall, I enjoyed the film. The movie ends by leaving us in a cliffhanger. So yeah, comment down your thoughts, and till next time.